Now, if you have a modem that is a hybrid, which was what I have, my modem is a router slash modem or router slash modem hybrid, where you can port forward through it and do all that shit. If you have a router and that's connected to the modem that is a hybrid, everything that I'm showing you is going to be backwards and may or may not work unless you just have a normal modem that you have to plug a router into anyways. So, if possible, plug your server or wherever you're going to be having your server host up, like, yeah, whatever computer you're going to have your fucking server on, plug it directly into your modem if you can. If you don't have any ports left, then you got to compensate. Normal to clients, like, let's say you're going to be playing a game off of your computer and that's plugged directly into your modem, you don't need it plugged in there. You can plug it into your router or whatever, because you don't need to have a lot of open ports on your router. So because of this, you're going to want to plug the server directly into the modem, and you're going to want to have your client computer that you would use day to day plugged into your router, so that you don't have any conflictions with ports or NAT or anything. So just do that. I will not answer any questions if you guys do give me that scenario. I already answered them. I already gave my recommendation. I will not go one-on-one and tell you how to do this or do that. I personally just don't use routers. I use switches. So, yeah. So yeah. Okay. So to get the IP of your modem, you're gonna want to go into right down here. I don't have any zoom options here, but you go down. If you're on Windows 7, you go down to the little connection icon here, and you right-click on it. Open Network and Sharing Center. I already opened it, so we go there. Then in here we are going to go to Local Area Connection. It may be named something different, but as long as it says Access Type, Internet, and then Connections, it should, as long as it has Internet above it, it should be fine. So you click that. You can go to Details, and right here it says IPv4 Default Gateway. Mine is 192.168.2.1. and it says for the DNS server as well, so you want to make sure that you get the default gateway. Sometimes your DNS may be different, sometimes. So you get that, and you exit all out of there, you close that now, and you go into your browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer, whatever you want to do. I use Google Chrome because botnet, no, I'm joking, I just enjoy it more. I have all the plugins and shit that I need, and I don't have any problems. So I'm gonna type it in here, and it's already there. So I press enter, and I already logged in before, but usually the default password for their modems, as long as your ISP doesn't lock you down and prevent you from going in, should be admin blank or admin password 1, something just random. If it's not any of those, just call your ISP up, see if they can give it to you. If they don't give it to you, then sorry, I can't help you. You can try Google searches and just guessing the password, but just, yeah, make sure you don't get locked out of your modem completely, because then you're fucked. And that's not a good situation to be in. So, oh, and this interface that you see right here, this is going to be different from yours to mine. Mine is a very, very high-end modem slash router hybrid. I have probably 10 times more features than you guys, and 10 times more performance with this over you guys. Like, this is corporate, kind of corporate grade, but it's made for the home user, so it's kind of dumbed down, but it's actually really, really, really fucking high-end. So, let's get started on the port forwarding. So we're going to go over to here to advanced setup. Yours might be different, but for mine it's advanced setup. Just pretty much look for anything that says port forwarding or port forward or whatever. Yeah, so you go there. I'll click on port forwarding. It takes a second to load. And for my ports that I use, because I have B3, but like, I'm just future-proofing this for B3 and having multiple servers. I port forwarded, where the fuck is it? Holy shit. Okay, right here. So down here, oops. Right here, bottom one, you want to make sure that it's UDP. So make sure it's UDP, not TCP. And what you do is you're going to go up here and you'll type in the port. So mine was 27960. And then I had a range, which here I'll just type it. I'm just gonna actually copy and paste that. So this is the starting port, and that's gonna be the first port that it will actually have opened in this port forward, and then you have an ending port, which is going to be the last port in that range that will be open or whatever. Everything in between, like if I just said it like this, like 27962, that would open 27960 and then 1 and then 2, and then it wouldn't open anything else. So I'm just going to set it back to 1. For protocol, you want to make sure it's UDP. If it is not UDP and it's TCP or GRE, I forget what GRE is, it will not work. You need to make sure it's UDP. And then your LAN IP address, which is going to be the IP address of that computer. Some modems change the IP addresses of these computers. You can look up how to set it statically in Windows. I'm not going to show that because it's completely off topic, and it's kind of your, I wouldn't say it's your problem, but if you can figure this out or follow along with this, then you should be able to go and Google how to set a static IP on my computer, or inside your modem, if your modem has that feature. Mine doesn't, because it has a DNS server built in and a DHCP, so I can do anything I want on my side and not have to use it on the modem. So my server is this IP. This is your local internal IP. You can get the IP by going again back into network and sharing, local IP, local area connection, details, and that is right there. This is my personal computer. That's 192.168.2.11. My server is 2.10. So you do that, you click apply. You don't have to worry about if it says set remote port information. You want to make sure you have the LAN port and IP information. I don't have to touch this. So I'd press apply, but it's already set, so I don't need to do it. So once you have your port set up, you're pretty much ready to go. In the sense that your ports shouldn't be blocked. I just see my Skype chat. So now we can go over to my server box. I am accessing it through TeamViewer because I do not have physical access. It is sitting under my desk, and all I have hooked up to it is a keyboard because I don't want to have a mouse sitting there and all that shit, and dedicate a monitor to it. So let's go in here. I'll actually full screen that bitch. It is only 1440 by 900, so the resolution gets dumbed down a little bit in terms of quality, but whatever. It helps you guys understand what's going on better. So once we're on the box, we pretty much go and what the fuck was it? Oh, you can check your specs right here. Pentium dual core, 2.8 gigahertz, 4 gigs of RAM, blah blah blah. Make sure your Windows is activated so your server doesn't shut down randomly from Windows Genuine or whatever the fuck it is. Ginty. I call it Ginty. As you know, that's how I am. So, as you can see, I have a bunch of servers here, but the one we want to go and fuck around with, actually, I don't know if it's easy. Oh, it's easy to read like this, okay. Is really blurry on my screen. So, you're going to want to have your server. Oh, by the way, you're going to want to have your client sent over to your server. So, example, I have all my servers here, and then I have my NemOps FFA server. That's just a client converted into a server. I'm going to be linking the dedicated server executable on the forum. So in the same forum topic, I won't be linking it through YouTube because that's silly. And pretty much what I did here was I just have same files and all that shit just turned into a server with the DW key and all that shit, which I don't, yeah, whatever. DW key, still need it. Yeah. So, Fuck. So once you have your server or your client files over onto your dedicated server box, we go into the server and you put the executable over here. You'd overwrite your client one. I just have the updater there just in case I need it. You can delete the soundtrack if you have that. You can delete everything you don't need. Like, there would be videos in here. You can delete that. Zone, common, like, just make sure everything's the same. I don't have my DLCs set up yet because I haven't dragged them over.